Welcome to the Art of Vibrancy podcast. It's a place where inspired experts distill their brilliance down into simple, practical advice that you can use right away. It's 8 minutes, it's 4 questions, and it's one practical piece of advice that you can put into use today. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Art of Vibrancy podcast. Now, today we've got a real special treat for you. We have with us in the studio, as we say, Janene Donnelly. Hi, Janene. How are you today?
Hi, everyone. I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. I'm absolutely marvelous. All the better for seeing you, of course. And where are you speaking from today?
I am just right outside Boston, Massachusetts.
Oh, right, up north there. Are you getting the snowstorms?
No, I'm right on the coast, so I'm actually lucky. We're not getting anything here yet. It's more inland.
Right, brilliant. Oh well, stay warm if it does head your way. So, yes. I'll just tell our audience a little bit more about you, and then we'll crack on with the podcast interview with the 4 questions. So,
perfect.
Janene Donnelly. She says, I'm a mother to 4 children, aged 6 and under. Wow. Good for you. That's amazing.
Busy.
She's a registered dental hygienist with a bachelor's in health science. And also she's a certified holistic nutritionist and personal trainer. And I love what you put, Janene, on the website, that as a mother, I felt it was my job to show my children how proper nutrition and physical activity can lead to a healthy and long life. That's so important, and what a great inspiration that is. And Janene has a company called Holistically Fit. Great name. And it's also Holistically Fit is an exercise and lifestyle nutrition plan, which I'm no doubt you're going to tell us a bit more about, yeah?
Yeah. So I have some individual clients, and I also run some nutrition programs for our local gyms here south of Boston. We run these different challenges, and we do a lot of plant-based nutrition and just try to bring a new lifestyle.
Brilliant. Right. Well, let's get on with the my 4 questions in 4 minutes. As I said, I've got a little timer here, which I'm going to say, I'm just getting the questions here in case I forget. I should know them by now, but 8 minutes, 4 questions. Here we go. Off to the races. So, Janene, what, in your opinion, in your experience, is the biggest challenge that people face as they age with regard to staying healthy, well, and positive? So, they want to change, but what are the roadblocks that they put in their own way? What's the challenge?
So in my experience, I think the biggest challenge we face as we age is people think that it's too late to start something new. It's all about our minds. Changing our mindset, I think, is a really big thing. It doesn't matter your age. You have to be open. Our minds are so powerful in our abilities, sometimes in a good and a bad way. I hear all the time, I've been eating this way for 30 years, or I was really fit when I was younger. I know exactly what to do. So, I really just try to, the thing with holistic is to approach each person as the individual that they are. We want to make it convenient. People definitely tend to make a lot of excuses. So we want to make sure that they're well educated. I think that's a big thing, especially with dental hygiene. I learned early on, it's really about a lack of education. So it was my job to educate my patients.
Yeah.
Same thing with nutrition and personal training. People want to make sure they have that meat and then their side dishes, they get that big amount of protein. I think we're told we need a certain amount of stuff that's not always true. I think we're told we need more than we actually do. And once people know what to cook, how to cook it, how to prepare, they realize how easy it is and how realistic it can be. And that's the biggest thing with my business is making it realistic.
Making it realistic. So people you need to educate them because they're stuck in the ways. They're thinking, I already know all this. but they actually
Exactly.
don't, do they? Because we have that culture of having loads of meat. We used to have meat and 2 veg, but it was mostly meat when I was growing up.
Exactly.
You know, and that
Exactly. So
culture
I
still
think
exists.
just trying to change people's idea of what should be on their plate and how
Yes.
the food they put in their body is to fuel them. But again, at the end of the day, we have to be self-motivated.
Yeah.
You can only push people so far. They have to be willing to really want to change. And I think once they realize they can feel better, maybe they can come off some medicine, it really opens their eyes up to a lifestyle.
Yeah, that brings us on to the next question perfectly, actually. So what are the common mistakes that people make when they're trying to solve that problem? What are the misconceptions they have about it?
I think the misconceptions really is that it's too hard. They think it's way too hard to have a plant-based diet. You know, it's not culturally acceptable. How are they going to socialize? How are they going to eat out? What are my kids going to eat? You know, how are my kids going to go to school and have this type of lifestyle? But I do think, I want to say in my experience with some of the moms, my generation, my kids' generation, it's changing. It's definitely changing. People are willing to cut back a little bit on the processed food, on snacks. We definitely are working hard to try to change the narrative, change the conversation to whole foods. Keep it simple. Don't go crazy about it. So it's not hard. It is a lifestyle. You can socialize, you can eat out, you can do all those things.
Yeah. Yeah. So the misconception is that people think it's going to be too difficult. And so they don't get started, do they? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
But
definitely in America, we tend to go towards what's easiest. So if you watch TV and, fast food places, you're going to go that way. But we need to step out of our comfort zone a little bit and try something new. And once you realize it's not that bad and you feel better, you're going to keep doing it.
Yeah. Wow. You're doing a great thing. They need you to educate them, Janene. And it sounds like that's what you're doing. So, yeah. Question number 3, 3.5 minutes left. So we're just doing nicely.
Perfect.
What's the number one tip you could give our audience to help them today? So a tangible, specific action that they could actually implement today after this podcast even.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think plan ahead. Planning is the biggest way to be successful. It took me, when I was 21, around 21, I was in the hospital. I was really sick. They didn't know what was wrong. So I decided to play around with my diet. And it took me over 10 years to figure it out and to finally feel better, not to be on any medicine. I mean, I had 4 beautiful, healthy children that I really feel was my diet. And being in your 20s and having this type of lifestyle, if I can do it, I know anybody can do it. So you plan ahead. You check the restaurant before you're going to go to, you check the menu. You know what you're going to order before you even go. Yeah. You can always ask the chef to prepare things differently. They're always willing to do that. If you're going to go to a party, you bring a dish. There's just always planning. Go to the grocery store, know what you're going to eat during the week, know what your week's going to look like, how busy you're going to be, when you can fit your meals in. Never grocery shop hungry, because that never goes well. That's it.
I love it. That's such good advice. I could heed a bit of that advice. Planning.
So. I can take my own advice sometimes too.
Yeah. Well, you just hit the nail on the head. Don't go to the grocery shop when you're hungry, because that unhealthy food looks so tempting. Yeah. So.
You'll be eating a chocolate bar on the ride home.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah. I think it's okay to have a treat now and again, but it's, the danger is making a habit of it. And that's what people generally do. So,
of course. Yeah. Of course. Right, you really have to be realistic.
Yes. Be realistic. Be realistic. Plan, but be realistic. That's great advice.
Exactly.
The final question, and we've got 1 minute 22. So this is just perfect timing, Janene. What free resource would you like to share with our audience today?
So I post a lot of educational posts on my social media. So at Holistically Fit Official on Instagram and on Facebook. And I take a lot of my My posts actually come from Dr. Greger and Dr. Hyman. They are just pioneers in health and wellness and in research and how food fuels our body. So Dr. Greger's site is nutritionfacts.org. It is amazing. I highly recommend it.
So do I. Yeah. Oh, well, that's perfect because we're on exactly the same page. I talk about Dr. Greger's work and my audience already are tuned into that. So the fact that you feel it's the right thing to look at, that backs it up. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Janene.
Yeah, thank you.
Janene, we've got 25 seconds left. So in the last 25 seconds, what are you going to have for your meal this evening?
Oh my goodness. I didn't plan ahead. My kids are on school vacation, so we're all over the place.
Oh, you've got children.
You know what I love?
That's an unfair question.
Yeah, so we do a lot of pasta, but we do quinoa pasta. So it's a complete protein. They love it. They don't even know that they're not eating semolina.
Right. Perfect. Quinoa, I eat that, and it's a plant. It's just a wonderful, wonderful stuff. Janene, we're out of time. Thanks so much. And on behalf of my audience, thank you so much. We've loved you on the podcast, and your advice has been so on point and good for everybody. So hope we'll see you again.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
I'll put the links underneath to your sites and to Dr. Greger's site. So
sounds great. Thank you so much.
Bye, Janene. Bye, everyone. Thanks for checking out the Art of Vibrancy podcast. If you like what we're doing here, please head over to iTunes, subscribe, rate us, and leave a review, and I'll love you forever. And if you'd like to try my energy boosting, inflammation busting, brain and body food breakfast, head over to www.breakfastofbrilliance.com and download the recipe today. See you soon. Bye.